Recent changes in mobile app permissions have raised important questions about user privacy and security. As more people rely on apps for everyday tasks, understanding what data these apps can access is crucial. A report from earlier this month highlights the growing concern around the permissions granted to applications on smartphones. Many users may unknowingly allow apps access to sensitive information, including location, contacts, and even camera functionality. This situation has prompted experts to urge users to regularly review their app permissions to safeguard their personal data. In this video, we'll explore the implications of these changes and share tips on how to manage app permissions effectively. If you find this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. One effective way to safeguard your privacy is by regularly checking app permissions. Many users install apps and grant permissions without fully understanding the implications. This can lead to excessive access to personal data, such as location, contacts, and even camera functionality. By making it a habit to review permissions, users can identify which apps have access to sensitive information and decide whether that access is necessary. For example, a simple game may not need to know your location, while a navigation app clearly would. Additionally, operating systems now offer more granular permission settings, allowing users to grant access only when the app is in use or to limit access altogether. This shift empowers users to take control of their data, ensuring that apps only have the permissions they genuinely require to function effectively. Furthermore, many apps provide transparency reports detailing how they use permissions, which can help users make informed decisions about which applications to trust. By staying vigilant and proactive about app permissions, individuals can enhance their overall digital security and protect their personal information from unnecessary exposure. Ignoring app permissions can lead to significant consequences for users, both in terms of privacy and security. When users fail to regularly check and manage the permissions granted to their apps, they may inadvertently expose sensitive information, such as location data, contacts, and personal messages, to third-party entities. This lack of oversight can create vulnerabilities, as malicious applications may exploit excessive permissions to harvest personal data without the user's knowledge. Moreover, the accumulation of unchecked permissions can lead to a situation where users have little control over their digital footprint, making it easier for advertisers and data brokers to profile them without consent. In addition, the implications extend beyond individual users. On a broader scale, widespread disregard for app permissions can contribute to a culture of data negligence. As more users become victims of data breaches or identity theft, the overall trust in digital platforms diminishes, prompting calls for stricter regulations and accountability from app developers. Furthermore, the potential for misuse of data is not limited to external threats. Even legitimate companies may utilize user data in ways that users did not anticipate, leading to ethical dilemmas surrounding consent and transparency. Regularly reviewing app permissions can empower users to take control of their data and ensure they are only sharing what they are comfortable with, fostering a safer digital environment. In essence, the consequences of ignoring app permissions extend far beyond individual privacy concerns, impacting user security, trust in technology, and the ethical landscape of data usage. To effectively manage app permissions, one of the best practices is to regularly check the permissions granted to each application on your device. This proactive approach allows users to identify any permissions that may no longer be necessary or that seem excessive for the app's intended functionality. For instance, if a simple flashlight app requests access to your contacts or location, this could indicate a potential privacy risk. By routinely reviewing permissions, users can revoke access that doesn't align with the app's primary purpose, thereby minimizing exposure to unnecessary data collection. Additionally, it's important to stay informed about app updates, as developers frequently modify the permissions required by their applications. When an app updates, it may request new permissions that weren't previously needed. Users should be vigilant about these changes and assess whether the new permissions are justified. Using built-in tools provided by operating systems can also enhance permission management. Both Android and iOS offer settings that allow users to view and modify permissions in a centralized location. Leveraging these tools can streamline the process and ensure that users have a clear overview of what data each app can access. Finally, consider uninstalling apps that request excessive permissions or that you no longer use. Reducing the number of installed applications not only limits potential vulnerabilities but also simplifies permission management. By following these best practices, users can take control of their data and enhance their overall digital security. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals.